Hello, trading is closed on June 26, 2020. We'll go over our calls. Look for the pattern with the early low. This is it. Tends to have an early low and a late high. This tends to close near the high. When it does not close near the high, leads to further declines. We also said unless we get down smartly, we should see higher prices. We gapped down 10 points. That killed the call before the open. We said if there's early weakness, it leads to more weakness in the days ahead. I think we have a good start. Now, there is a new target of 30.2968, most likely to print Monday. I don't think it's going to print. MEJT essentially always, maybe there's an exception someplace, will leave a failed target at a major change in trend. And it's a question of semantics, whether you call it a failure or a part of the system. But a failed target, if you think there's a major change in trend and there's no failed target, I think you're probably wrong. So if this doesn't print, don't count on it saving you if you take a long, because if it is a major change in trend, we're not going to see this for a while, even though it should be seen at some future time. During the day, MEJT said these squiggles were false moves and they wouldn't stick. This one I'm not believing. Here's what we said. Absent a big drop early, higher prices. We got that big drop. So we started wave blue C down. Should look like wave blue A. Here's a break out of the channel. Big trouble. Question is how big? Well, I've decided to adopt the alternate count as my regular count. So we have wave blue A, blue B, and the idea is we're in wave blue C, which you'd like to have some kind of relationship to wave blue A. So I took a Fibonacci grid from wave blue A, which you could also measure from here. And at a minimum, we get a price in the 2750s. So if the count's right and the idea is right, we're in for a pretty big drop here. But if this is wave blue C, I'd like it to end the whole bear market. This wave blue A was so big, I think it's unlikely but not impossible that this is part of a larger ABC. I think wave blue C should be it. Now these are the targets I've had from the beginning of the drop. And if this is the height of wave C, the colors aren't the same, but you get the idea. You'd like it to have some kind of relationship to blue A, which it does not. And the other target I had was way down at 1296.32. If that's wave C, much as it pains me to say this, it would be exactly 161.8% of wave A. Now, I'm not going to predict that. I'm not that brave. I'm just going to say if we get a collapse to this price, everything balances out. But just because that number works, that's no guarantee some other number doesn't work. But I still look for this wave C to be somewhat like wave A, and I sure hope that doesn't work. Monday's pattern has the early low. We could gap up first. Early weakness and failure of the low to high pattern to close near its high both suggest lower prices are coming. Only gapping up smartly, ideally taking out the high a day, would kill the pattern. Wave counts compatible with us being in the early stages of a sizable drop. Monday's pattern has the early low If we don't recover this, look for a tank. Again, it might be delayed a week because next week is one of the statistically most positive weeks of the year. It kind of interferes with everything else I've got. But this looks like the big down move is beginning here. And that's today's call.